StarCast returns to the Chicago area this Labor Day weekend. Tickets for StarCast 6 are now on sale at starcast.com and include AEW All-Out ticket bundle options. Join us at the Hyatt Regency Schaumburg starting Friday night, September 1st, for unique fan experiences with wrestling legends from yesterday and superstars from today. Follow StarCast events on Twitter for the latest updates about all things StarCast. StarCast 6 is brought to you in part by ProWrestlingCrate.com. Monthly mystery crates for die-hard wrestling fans. Plans start at $9.95 and are the perfect gift for any wrestling fan. Visit ProWrestlingCrate.com today.
The recognized.
It's that time, so come on down. We're walking in the Dogg Pound. Road Dogg, Dogg and Casio. Talking shop, reminiscing on a flashback. Hall of Fame name with a legacy that's long. That's the legend of the Armstrongs. Questions get answered, oh, you didn't know? Let's start the show.
Welcome back to the show. It's Road Dogg and Casio, and you're listening to...
Oh, you didn't know?
Yeah!
Your ass better... Sorry.
Keep
Acoustics in here were great. We're here at the Sistine Chapel talking to Monsignor. Yeah, hey, look where we're at. What are we doing? Tell them. You tell them. I don't know either.
We're doing an episode of
you didn't know. But we're doing the beach extravaganza. Remember we talked about
Bash at the Beach?
Bash at the Beach. We didn't talk about it at all, but that was an awesome catch. Bash at the Beach.
And as you can see, our friend and yours,
Conrad
Thompson. Hey, it's Conrad Thompson!
Well, thank you for having me, guys.
Well, it's your house, so we kind of felt...
But I'm trying to learn, and I'm glad you're here. You're my tour guide for the area.
Oh, wow. I am your tour guide for the area.
Yeah.
All the hot spots. You told me you're going to take me for one to lunch. I said that on the air so I can take it to the law people when you don't take it.
Listen, I'm trying to learn, you know, about the area.
Just so I can learn.
Yes.
Yeah.
I heard once upon a time there was a place here over in Pensacola called, I think it was called Sammy's.
Oh, yeah.
And now Sammy's is called the Pony, which Casio and I are pretty familiar with. They
There's a pony up there. Yeah.
My pony. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know the words to that song. Yeah.
Ride it, my pony, my saddle, wait up, ride it, jump on it.
See, so we do stuff like that on our show, Conrad. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it. We don't have what people normally call talent, but what we do have is energy.
I got you.
Does JR not break out in song?
No, JR has rarely sung. Now, Bruce Pritchard sings. Tony Schiavone sings. Oh, yeah.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, they'll sing.
What's their genre? Are they eclectic as well?
Tony's is show tunes.
Okay.
He does a lot of show tunes.
Is he a Bublé fan?
Probably.
Let's ask that. Let's ask that.
I
I'm a fan of Bublé.
How could you not be?
You know who turned me on to Bublé?
Who's that?
Billy Gunn.
Really?
Yeah. Turned me on to Michael Bublé. And I was like, this is weird. I love you.
All right. So if right now we said we're going to take Billy Gunn to his dream concert.
It's not Bublé.
No, it's not.
Who would we go see?
Probably a dead cowboy, like not Lash LaRue. What was the guy's name?
He's not dead. He's coming back.
She's coming back.
Say, he's gonna pop up there. Hey, what was that country?
Chris Ledoux.
Chris Ledoux.
Yeah.
Close, right? So it's close. Slash LaRue.
Chris Ledoux.
But Chris would probably be like a
Great
Chris
tag
Ledoux,
team.
like somebody like the LaHoos. But so and the old Jewish guy has to be their manager, and he goes, "Well, who's? I don't know." Anyway, have a Klimt over here. I forgot what we were talking about.
We're talking about who your favorite dream band would be. Like if you go to a dream concert, who would that be?
So
There's new and old.
I'd want it to be Elvis, but I'd want it to be pre-Vegas Elvis.
Yeah.
So it's in between 68 comeback tour, I think it is. Maybe, yeah, I think it's 68 comeback tour, black leather.
Black leather, yeah.
Either post that, but when he was doing the stuff pre-Vegas, like the first ever pay-per-view and all that stuff like that, that's pioneer stuff.
Yes.
And man, he had a ton of energy, he was still kind of at himself. And when he went to Vegas, it just got to be like I talked about in my drug addiction, I can wrestle messed up.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to, you know what I mean? And I think
Why change?
Why stop trying to feel good when I could do so much better if I would just stop. But again, I think it's the same thing. He got to Vegas. He got very rigorous scheduling and also every night we do 2 shows. We do the same thing. We do. He probably just got like, I can phone this in.
Yes.
And I can get really hammered and still do it. You know what I mean? And some of the best lines I've ever heard from a Elvis thing are from when he's screwed up on stage and just adds words to the songs. You know what I mean? Yeah. He'll just add words and it pops me because that's who he really is.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I don't know how we got on Elvis, but
fun fact: Huntsville, outside of Vegas, most consecutive sold out shows in any city is Huntsville for
Elvis Presley.
He had 5.
I knew I liked you guys
Hey,
for some reason.
one show, one day in Huntsville, he did 3 shows. He did a 2 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. All sold out.
Good Lord have mercy. See, that's working. That's what you'd put in that kind of work when you're young. And I think it was one of them girls that has a heart like a truck said, if you're going to be a doer, you better be or if you're going to be a dreamer, you better be a doer. And that's the truth, right? Like you can have big dreams, but you got to get your hands dirty a little bit. And he earned his stripes, I guess you could say, in Huntsville.
Tell a dude today to do 3 shows.
Oh, they can't.
2, 6. And by the way,
because their
he's
driver,
not doing a 30-minute set.
Yeah.
He's doing 2 hours.
Yeah. But their driver can't make it to that city. So we're not sending him.
All right. Before we get into this and talk to Conrad Thompson, pick his brain, have some fun, we got to do our regular standing bits. That starts with a meme of the week where we don't know what's about to happen, but we throw a meme up and we're just going to react and laugh to it as it comes up. Here we go.
Meme of the week.
Netflix used to run in your
That's pretty good.
Oh man, hey, like he had a handle on her, didn't he?
I mean, can you imagine
That probably put a bruise on her lap there.
Can you imagine how nervous he was doing that in front of Randy?
Oh
God Almighty! Well, he probably do. We're just going to fight anyway, probably. So let me get a good one in. But that's what I'd have done. I'd have laid a good one in, just like he did, I guess.
Was there ever a moment like that was uncomfortable for you?
So I'd have been more scared of when I got home than Randy. That's for sure. But yeah, a lot of times they would go, "Hey, Deborah's going to pop up on this side and she'll show you her boob, but we'll shoot her from behind. She won't show you whatever." But
she didn't really.
I would call my wife and go, "Hey, they want me to do this." And if she got pissed, I'd just go back and go, "Hey, you can do that to Billy," because I ain't doing that. But then that sounds chivalrous. But then at other times I would do all kind of debauchery on screen. You know what I mean? So it's the one time. Of course, I'm going to bring that one up. The one time I was chivalrous towards my wife. Yeah.
Well, and it was the one that was on TV.
Yeah. The other stuff there was recorded.
House shows,
post-produced.
It was post-produced.
The other stuff was post-produced. It was supposed to be cut out.
Yes.
Of that DX video that aired on Raw for like 5 minutes one night. What are we doing? And so one time on Raw, that's a shoot story. One time on Raw, they just put it together, and it was when we taped it. They were like 5 minutes short. And so Vince called Hunter and said, this was 98, probably, not maybe 99. I'd say 98. I don't remember 99. But we went to, they said, can you guys stay over in New York? And we're going to send a camera crew and we're going to follow you guys around in New York City. And that's around everywhere. Like I walk into a bar and claim it in the name of Scotland or something. Like
we showed that.
Yeah. So that's the video package where we just
bullshit
walked around,
and it was hilarious.
Walked around, and it was good stuff. And then we bought some weed from a Rastafarian man, and
Sure.
I forgot I was mic'd and they were shooting it all. So they got all that filmed. I don't know if I forgot, or if
Well,
I
you were
just
doing it.
needed some weed.
Right.
Yeah, I was getting this friggin' weed. So anyway, we had a great time. They did edit that part out.
Have
So
you seen that
thankful.
footage of Elvis where he didn't know he was being filmed? It came out in the last few years. He's like in a cab and walking backstage, and he's saying stuff like, "Boy, that girl last night, she," and they go, "E, you're mic'd," and he goes, "Damn it." Because he forgot. Damn it.
That's a genuine mistake.
Yes.
Like I know the joke is you go into the restroom and you pee and your
Yeah.
mic's still on or whatever, but oh God,
You're just
that's
so
not
used
the
to
worst
it.
one. It's not the worst one you could be busted with.
We also, let's knock this out. Plus this is good while Conrad's here.
Okay.
Since, he's our boss today.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
we
He's
got-
our host today.
We got to show him our 5-star reviews so he knows people like us.
Oh goodness.
5 stars of
This
the
is-
week.
There's
We
3 people and we rotate them in.
Yeah.
Oh, I got it.
Well, we usually play it after Meltzer gives him 1 1/4 star for his
Sure.
match.
Like he
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so we don't have a match today, so we're just going to throw it up. Our 5-star review of the week. What do we got today? Who's it from? Never miss a show. Willie D95. This reminds me of all my family sitting in the garage, cutting up, telling stories. Dog's laugh is enough to get 5 stars.
Woo-hoo!
Screw Meltzer. This man is a 5-star sports
That's
entertainer.
See, now
yes.
here's my legit question.
Okay.
And I already know the answer, but I'm still gonna ask it. What was his name again?
Willie D95.
Willie D95. Willie D95.
Never miss this show.
So why isn't his opinion as important as Dave Meltzer's? He watches wrestling.
He's a fan.
He's a fan of wrestling.
He doesn't have contacts. so.
He thinks my laugh is worth 5 stars. Dave Meltzer can't get. I want to ask you, do you think his system of stars, is that a thing?
No, it's just his opinion. Even he thinks people discussing it is silly.
Okay.
Is he-
I don't know him.
No, he would just say like, I liked one movie better than another.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you would
and that's-
like something. That's
that's
just my
very-
opinion. That's not
It's very
like,
true. It's we in up north say chocolate and vanilla.
yes.
You know what I mean? You're going to hear
Yeah.
that a lot. You know
Yes.
what I mean?
That's all
I
it is.
I just like ice cream
Yeah.
myself.
As you can tell, I do too.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And Casio, you're
None of us get
obviously,
fat by accident.
obviously a fan.
We've got a lower third on just for my love of ice cream. It was showing from this shirt I've got to donate after this because the buttons are all going to pop off. Was a big breakfast. It was a
Oh,
big
Lord.
breakfast.
Sounded good.
You know, our wives are like home competing in fitness stuff.
Yeah,
and so
yeah,
they're
yeah.
measuring
Well,
you don't
macros.
have to though,
Yeah.
because of that.
No, but here we're not.
Yeah, you're not competing for anything.
No, but I'm
But
just saying
they're
we're
not monitoring.
we're unsupervised.
Oh,
You say.
bless
Yeah.
y'all's hearts.
We're not being
Seriously, bless
police.
both of your hearts.
I mean,
Yeah.
you just saw it. We have 2 pizzas sitting on the couch. And
That's leftover from last night, but there's leftovers, so like we're not throwing that out.
No, of
at
course
some
not.
point,
You
we'll
can-
need a piece of pizza.
that microwave will be good.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We don't. I don't
Do you-
even know if
I
there.
didn't look in the
Well,
fridge.
there
but
is. This house has everything,
is
but
there ranch in the fridge?
I'm sure
There
of
will
that.
be.
Okay.
I'm
if
sure
not,
of
we're
that.
over. We're
I feel like
over
we're
it.
good.
I'm sure of that.
We are joined, Dog,
Yeah. I didn't know.
by a Hall of Famer.
So
Not
thank
just
you.
you.
Oh, listen to this.
Conrad Thompson, a new inductee into the Wrestling Hall of Fame.
I know. I saw it.
How about that?
I saw it via
Are you in it?
in what?
The Wrestling Hall
Are
of
you in the
Fame?
National Wrestling Hall of Fame?
I am not. I don't think so.
Mm.
So probably not.
Did you go to
right?
Waterloo, Iowa?
I did not.
Then you're
Yeah.
not in it.
Okay. Good.
But
Yeah.
I mean, not good, but
this guy's
sorry.
in it. How about that?
I know. I saw
That's how much
pictures
he's
proving
changed the game.
And excuse me, almost threw up when I think of Waterloo.
Oh,
No, that's the truth, though. I saw pictures of you and other important people standing there, and I thought, how come I'm not in the Waterloo Hall of Fame?
well, I mean, I'll give you some breaking news here on the program. An "Oh, you didn't know" exclusive.
Is it?
I am the newest board member for the National Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame.
You know what?
So,
How about that breaking news? Dom the
You
Dirt
still
Sheet
got
Rider.
it. You still got it.
so I'm saying all that to say, if you want to get in, like I know a guy.
Oh
And
my
now-
God! I just thought of that.
Now Dom the Dirt Sheet Rider, our producer, is
Oh, damn it!
damn it. He looks like that cat meme where he's typing it up, trying to be the first one to report it.
I at least hope there's a good like Benny Hill music or something behind him.
So, look, He
He's,
just said it's going up up today.
He just shot a flare up to his brother Marcus.
No, he shot a flare. I've got news.
I've got scoop.
Don't ruin that for us, Tom. At least let us get the episode out
Or
first.
do. You know what I mean?
Breaking news.
Yeah.
Well, hey, here's what I learned about
leave it.
Waterloo. I don't think you'd like it. Like Casio and I went and had breakfast there, and literally 1 block away from where we had breakfast is the hotel where they founded the NWA in 1948. So we're all the promoters from all over the country got together and decided we're going to organize.
In Waterloo.
It was in Waterloo, Iowa, in this hotel. And I was like, so that's it. So like, I want to go back and I want to bring all of my collection to that museum and try to, get that thing streamed and up some of the production and
Yeah.
I mean, I want to help them blow that thing up because when I went out there, I was like, this is awesome. Like really organized professional wrestling was started right there. And here's a museum and here's the Hall of Fame. I'm in. I loved it. You would love it.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's incredible. So
what do you know about Rock Riddle there?
Oh, Rock Riddle's always the man. This is
that's Joe Malenko.
Yeah, Joe Malenko and Les Thatcher.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Les Thatcher was a great friend of my dad's and just a great man, a student of the game and a professor of the game all at the same time. And then there's Brother Love, Bruce Pritchard, my direct report. So hello, sir. And yourself right there included.
Crazy.
Well, look, so what are you going to do with it? You're always doing stuff for this. And I want to say that is always for the preservation of the history of wrestling. And so where did this crazy journey begin for Conrad? And I know you've probably answered this 100 times, but I've never heard the answer. I don't really listen to podcasts.
Yeah,
I think it's monotonous. You just listen to some idiot droll on about their opinion. You know what I mean?
Who wants to do that?
Who's going to do that crap?
We got another 5-star review.
But like, where did that come from? And how did that start? I guess your love of wrestling so much so that you started digging into the whys, the whats, and the wheres and the whens,
Well, I was a super fan as a kid, got out of it like a lot of 12-year-olds do and said, oh, I'm done with that now. And then flipping through the channels in 96 and see Hulk Hogan wearing all black and thought, wait, what is this?
Oh.
So I watched the NWO.
How old were you then?
15.
Okay.
So I was like, all right, I got to check this out.
Yeah, you did.
So I started watching and fell in love with it again, watched it and subscribed to the Observer and the Torch. So I got interested in the other stuff. I started getting tapes from Japan of the death matches. Found ECW in the middle of the night and all that stuff. But then I kind of got out of it in January of 2006. My business started to take off. I opened my mortgage company and I was like, I got to just focus on everything. So I quit playing video games and quit watching TV and just all in on business for a while. And then I'm scrolling through eBay on like New Year's Eve when the UFC used to run that era in Vegas. They'd always run on like the 29th or 30th or whatever. And I saw a real ring-worn Ric Flair robe. And I thought, dude, that'd be like having one of Elvis's jumpsuits. That's cool.
Yeah.
So I negotiated and got it. And then I was like, okay, now what am I going to do with the damn thing? Like once you have it and it's in your house, you're like.
But it's super cool to have.
It is.
Yeah.
But
I got a Ric Flair robe up in my closet upstairs in the spare bedroom that nobody goes in. Yeah.
Do you really?
What do you do? No.
You're saying that's what you're doing.
That's what you would do.
It's like,
what
do I do with it? So I thought maybe I should get like a display. And I don't know what that is. Do I mount it to a wall? And I was like, if you do that, you can't see the back. So I thought, okay, as crazy as this is, somebody suggested get a mannequin.
Yeah.
So I bought a mannequin and put it on a mannequin. I'm like, well, that looks kind of weird. Maybe there's a way to display it with a belt. So I did some research and found the guy who made the best belt was Dave Meltzer, who used to make them for WWE at the time. So I placed an order, and then a few days later, I was just looking at all of his pictures on his website, and I found the Ric Flair nameplate from the big gold belt. And I was like, hey, man, do you have that? Because if so, I'd love to buy it. And he goes, no, my friend has it, and he'll never sell it. I said, okay, well, hypothetically, if he ever changes his mind, I'd be in at this price.
Yeah.
And 2 days later, he emailed me and said, it turns out Never's today. Here's his phone number. Give him a call. So I bought it. And then that guy was a guy named Dick Bourne, who's written a bunch of great wrestling books. And he wrote a book about the 10 pounds of gold, the previous NWA belt.
Yeah.
And he goes, I just asked that if I ever get a chance to find that belt, you'll let me photograph the nameplate with the belt. And I go, yeah, you can do it at my house. And he goes, you have the big gold belt? I said, no, but if I found the nameplate, how hard can it be? I'll find it.
Yeah.
So then 2 weeks later, I had the actual big gold belt. And it was fun. It was like, hey, I'm chasing stuff. I'm finding stuff.
Yeah.
So it
was
became
a rush,
a scavenger hunt to find the next thing. And then somehow there was an opportunity to sponsor a Kickstarter where you could have a wrestler come to your house and watch this world premiere or whatever in advance of it coming out. So you had like a private screening with you and your friends.
Yeah.
And so it was for an ECW documentary. So Shane Douglas came to the house and I got to just talk to him for hours and hours. And I was like, I think this might be a thing.
Yeah.
And then fast forward, Rick one day says, hey, do you want to come on my first podcast and just ask me fan questions? He thought it was weird to just talk to a microphone. He wanted somebody to play it off of. So I said, sure. So I didn't know what else to do. So I just did a lot of prep. And I came in and handed everybody notes and the producers and stuff. And at the end, CBS says, hey, will you come do this next week? So I became an accidental podcaster, figured out what to do that first year with Rick. And then I was like, I think we can do something different. So I pitched Bruce. Bruce liked it. It took off.
Yeah.
So, but we did it a different format. Everybody at the time was doing an interview format with a different guest every week.
Yeah.
That's hard to have 52 guests.
Yes.
And so it's like way easier because as a Howard Stern fan, I didn't care if he had a guest. I just wanted him to bust the balls of the other people on the show. So Bruce and I
it makes you feel better about
That's
yourself.
us. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's it.
Yeah. Oh, no, I get it.
Hey guys, Eric Bischoff here, and just want to call a quick timeout. I want to tell your listeners about what I've been telling everybody at over at 83 Weeks, quite a while now, about all the cool things that are happening over at adfreeshows.com.
On the debut episode of Making the Town, Blue Meanie takes us through the memorable matches and moments of the famed ECW arena, including one that was never seen.
Something very special happened after the power went off. Paul Heyman went out into the ring and spoke to the crowd without a microphone. And the crowd just stayed quiet and listened. And he gave the most heartfelt thank you to that crowd that night. And the biggest shame of it is there's no footage of it because the power went out.
On an all-new Tuesday with the Taskmaster, Kevin Sullivan talks about what some of the greatest factions of all time have in common.
4 horsemen, 4 guys when they're at their strongest. NWO, 4 guys when they're at the strongest. And then Bloodline, 4 guys. But they also had a manager, each one of them, JJ, Eric, and Paul E.
That's just a small taste of what we've got waiting for you with 4 levels to choose from. See for yourself why ad-free shows is the best value in wrestling today. Sign up now at adfreeshows.com.
So I want to unpack that a little bit. You talked about when you were real young, you were a super fan. What does that look like at that age?
So it's 1988.
Super fandom, you know what I mean?
Well, my parents at the time, babysitters were called Movie Gallery and Video Express and Blockbuster. So they took me to the video store. They would rent whatever movies they wanted to watch, the latest Mel Gibson or whatever.
Yeah.
But they knew, hey, he's got to find something. So they would usually back then put like the G.I. Joe cartoon stuff right next to pro wrestling.
Yeah.
So there's the double tape VHS of WrestleMania 4. So my parents rented that one thinking, hey, it's twice the amount.
2 shows.
So it'll keep his little ass busy for a longer time. So they rented that one and I turned it on and I was like, wow, this is like real life cartoons.
Yeah.
I mean, this is real life comic book superhero stuff.
Yeah.
So I was just enamored with Demolition and Randy Savage and the Ultimate Warrior and Hulk Hogan. And
there were larger than life characters that were literal cartoons, the caricatures of humans, and that's what hooked me too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then I saw the nitty and the gritty of it, of the independence, or it wasn't even in the independent then. It was a money-making territory right here. You know what I mean? Pensacola was a town they ran weekly. Mobile, Birmingham.
Who ran
Montgomery.
Pensacola? You remember?
I don't remember who actually did it, but
Continental,
South,
Fullers,
Continental,
right?
The Fullers always have forever, right? So that's what I'd love to get into one day is have another one and just talk about the Fullers. You know what I mean? Because that's another family that really interests me a lot and how wide they're spread through the wrestling industry.
You know what's funny that you say that, because my dad grew up in Eclectic, Alabama. Have you ever even heard of that?
I have heard
a
of
tiny town
Yeah.
that my dad's from. But his favorite wrestler as a kid was Jimmy Golden.
Yeah.
And I remember as a kid in 1989 or 90 being at my grandmother's house on a Saturday, flipping through the channels, and it was the Continental Show.
Yeah.
And at the time, they were using that Billy Idol theme song,
Yeah.
Rebel Yell
Yeah,
or White
yeah.
Wedding, whatever at the
Whatever
open.
it was.
And
Yeah.
I was just like, dude, I don't know what this is, but this is cool.
This is
because
awesome.
I was used to watching the WWF
Yeah,
and WCW.
yeah.
So it was really cool to see something else. And then my mom came in the room and she goes, oh, this is what I went to as a kid. Because when she was in Montgomery, they would
Yeah.
do it at the Coliseum
Yeah.
there. And that's the same place my dad took me to see WCW TV tapings
Yeah.
back then, the Coliseum.
Yeah. So I remember that all because I grew up on a different side of the tracks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Both figuratively and literally. Like you grew up on a different side of the tracks. When I pulled up in here, I thought I was going to get robbed.
Right.
So
No,
I
live in a dangerous part of the beach.
I'm just kidding. I had to avoid construction workers. Pardon my progress, they said.
Well, and it's a little confusing because there's so many identical houses here together. So.
Well, when I passed it and it said, my thing calls me an imbecile all the time. It was like, you passed it, you imbecile. And so then I turned around, I stopped down there. That's when I texted you and was just like, where are you?
You were at the guard shack, and he wouldn't
Oh,
let you
listen
in.
to
Yeah, they
y'all.
would.
The guard shack.
The guy wouldn't let me in. And I said, look, I'm Brian James. He was like, sure you
Yeah.
are.
We know
A lot
all
of
the
people-
Jameses down
All
there.
people come here saying that, sir.
You know what I forgot to mention? That you're the second WWE employee to be over this week. Oh, actually,
Interesting.
the third.
Wow. Are we allowed to talk who the other two are?
Yeah, Jeremy Borash was in town to do a shoot.
Oh, I'll be darned.
And, his guy, Sean, who's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yes.
Who helped us with Ric Flair's
Yeah.
last match. So he texts me and he goes, hey, you're not at your Pensacola house, are you? And I go, as a matter of fact, I am. He goes, I'm down here to do a shoot. You want to do lunch?
Holy
So
mackerel.
they came over, picked me up, and went to a little spot around the corner, had some Mexican.
That is
So
super
it was
cool.
like, man, how cool is that?
Yeah, Jeremy's such a great guy and such a talented dude, man.
Unbelievable.
With the vision. You know Jimmy Long? You ever
I
met
do.
Jimmy? Yeah.
Fantastic.
But those guys together down there.
Casio
so
has
good.
plenty Jimmy.
Oh yeah,
songs.
yeah. We've talked. I think we've talked before.
Yeah,
about-
yeah. We hung
about-
out at Mania. Yeah,
We've spoke of the Long.
yeah.
Jimmy.
Oh, you know what we should do? We should close the gap because a lot of people watching this are big ad-free shows supporters.
Yeah.
Jimmy Long is Rebel's husband.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
yes.
so
There it
yeah,
is.
just
6
draw it all
degrees of
together.
6 degrees of anal or whatever.
Well, all
something
that
or other.
separation.
Rings.
Rings.
Yeah.
The rings of hell.
The human centipede of wrestling. Yeah.
Oh, I want to be the pivot man.
Whatever that means. Hey, so Dog, we I have a depraved friend here in Casio Kid. Like our
Oh.
real life sense of humor, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So we've had a lot of discussions, downtime, traveling together. And I don't want to just listen to music. I'll do that for a little while. And then it's like, we got to be interactive.
Yeah.
And so it might even be like, what's on your Mount Rushmore of cereals, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
then eventually we turn into Would You Rather.
Starts falling apart.
Oh yeah.
And it
The
gets
would
a
you
little
rather?
cruder.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I've hit you with one maybe before.
Yeah. I think Casio has as well.
Yeah. Yeah, we talked about cake one time.
Well, there it is. Okay, so you're familiar with that one.
Yeah.
So on our way to Waterloo, we drove over to Atlanta so we could get a nonstop. It was myself, Casio, and Dave Silva. And so I posed a question to Dave Silva, and I said, Dave, if you could get $1 million or your ideal gimmick,
The perfect hog.
there you go.
Okay.
You
Size,
following me?
shape, look,
So are we talking
outfit.
right now, Brian James?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's go right now. Let's start with that.
No, hang on. Hang on.
Wait.
So I'm just telling you what we talked about with Silva is he recoiled. He's ready. And I said, I want you to think about which one would benefit your life more and all that. And you could really set it up. You design it. It's to your favorite specs, whatever that may be.
Yeah, you probably didn't play wrestling video games, but the deal is you could create a
You
wrestler.
level up.
You create a wrestler, and that was this is what my ideal wrestler would look like. This is the same thing with
Going
the hog.
through the big D and don't mean Dallas.
Correct.
There you go.
Yeah.
So
So we asked Silva, what would you rather do? Have your ideal, we might even call it your dream hog,
Yeah.
or $1 million? And he's off $1 million, right? I mean, that's the answer.
Yeah. No, it's my answer. As well.
okay, yeah.
So then I go down to $100,000 or the hog, and he goes, "Oh, the hog."
What are you going? Wait.
I'm
He's
still
thinking.
going the $100,000.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, we upped it, and I thought
Well, he took the hog. Silva took the hog.
Silva took the hog.
Well, he maybe, I don't know how old he is. I don't know. Maybe
he's almost 50.
Damn.
And
That's
mar-
what I said.
and
And
married.
I've seen
And
him
married.
too.
And married.
married.
I've seen him too. So
Yeah.
he ain't
What's he gonna do with it?
He ain't
just look at it in his hand.
Well, that'd be a first.
Take a screenshot.
That'd be a first. He can't see.
That's
his hand.
why. That's why. That's it. God have mercy. That's
Hey,
it.
but he said hog at 100.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
So I'm taking the money still.
So-
250 for the hog.
So we went 250 or the hog, and he thought for a minute, and then he still said hog.
Hog.
But our buddy might be opening a bar in Huntsville,
Yeah.
and so he said immediately,
250 or the hog. Isn't that a great bar name?
"I want that T-shirt." By the way, 250
Or
or
the hog.
250 or the hog is a shirt available now. Tell them where they can get that
Box of
shirt.
Gimmicks. Boxofgimmicks.com.
250 or the
250.
hog.
So you'll be
Wait,
interested
wait.
to know this.
So he's in for 100 grand. Hang on, 50 grand or the hog.
I'm taking 50 grand. I need a new
25,000.
roof.
25,000 of the hog.
I'm taking 25.
1,300.
1,300.
We're down to a thing.
I'm literally trying to think
Yeah.
like, it's $2,000 to run electricity to my fence. I've gotten some quotes lately. I'm
You
trying
got
to
a chain
think
link?
which one for $2,000.
Okay.
I still take the money.
But 13? So we finally
No,
found the
for
threshold?
$1,000.
Is that minimal? $4.99
Yeah,
or the hog.
I need you to quit being so selfish and think about Mrs. Road Dogg.
Yeah.
So I
The
will,
hog.
in all honesty, I've never been more in love with my wife, never been more in tune with my wife than I am on even this day, as I sit here with you. She would say, give me the goddamn money. I'm actually saying
all of our wives
I'm
would say
actually
that.
saying this for her right now.
Yeah.
She's
You-
like,
you
look,
were hearing her
you,
voice
hey,
go,
you
"Take
didn't
the
know how,
1,300."
you didn't know how to use that little mother. What you gonna do with that with the dream hog?
No, I can hear my wife. She'd be going, no, take the money.
Yeah. It's $1,000, moron.
I couldn't answer for Megan. I don't know. We might have to call her on speaker.
I don't know if we should.
Probably not.
I know that's how we get the answer. I'm just not sure that we should go about it.
Yeah. Maybe I'll call her on Bluetooth on the way to lunch,
Yeah.
just so it's our private conversation.
And just find out from her.
I'd be interested now.
To
I'm
know.
curious because
Yeah.
I agree with you. Judy would say, "Yeah, we want the money."
But then it's not really your dream anymore, is it?
Well, I don't really have a dream hog.
Because the deal is,
I'm gonna tell you all the truth.
You got one? When I was a little boy, Miss Colonel Robert Parker came to town.
I cramped myself. I cramped my ribs
well,
popping on that one.
what
I
about
don't even-
somebody like Mr. Morrell? You know what I mean?
Oh, well, Morel. So I
Had
just
a nickname. That's pretty
look,
good.
If it's called Dream Hog,
Yeah.
it's got to be my dream. You know what I mean?
So you got a dream. Tell us about
Right. That's what I mean.
My dream is to take that money and put it forth so I don't have to rely on the solar panels only to open my gate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
it. Oh, that's where we are in life. We got gates to get to our
Yeah.
house.
Oh, well, I do.
He's got a
It's
compound.
got a, no, I like to call it a compound, even though there's only like 38 people that live there that are armed who are under my spell. So I
Goats.
don't know if it's a compound or not. Per
No,
se.
he straps guns to his goats.
Yeah, I have attack goats. I don't know if you've ever seen them online, but they shoot at you and then they faint.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've seen the fainting.
It's
part.
hilarious.
Well, see,
Yeah.
when they shoot the gun, their own noise makes them.
I got you.
I'm not in good health, guys.
Are you hurting for real?
Yeah,
For real, my ribs, I'm cramped because I popped
From laughing at dream hogs.
from laughing at your guys' hogs.
The-
So I never have dreams of hogs. That's what I was going to tell y'all that. I want to tell y'all that.
What made it funny to me, because we haven't even finished the story, Silva carried it all up to 900. We
Yeah.
offered him 900 grand to the hog, and he went hog. And he said, out of principle, it's $1 million or nothing.
Million or bust.
And I'm
Well,
like,
he's a man of stands to his principles, I guess.
and then we started to say, all right, now that we've all answered our sort of Mount Rushmore of cereals. If you were going to name your gimmick after a cereal, what would it be? And you could have had
your current, not your dream hog.
Yeah.
Your current hog.
Your shoot hog.
Yeah.
Does it have a nickname now?
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Are you allowed to share?
It is famously named after a WCW referee. People called him Pee Wee.
I need you to say Teddy Long.
Oh, well, look, I'm a lot of
Mine's
things.
Baby Nate.
I'm a lot of things, but a liar ain't one of them.
Well, he said named after a famous referee. I thought he was going to say Little Nate.
Oh, God, no, I won't know. I won't name it that.
What if it was named after cereal? What would it be?
Okay.
It could be like Captain Crunch.
Yeah. Let me think about
Cocoa
this.
Puffs.
Shredded wheat.
Sugar Smacks. Lucky Charms.
Oh.
Tricks.
Should we tell him what Silva said his is?
Oops, all berries.
Captain Crunch. Oops, all
Oops,
berries.
all berries. That's. How am I supposed to top that?
No,
I
you
can't top that.
You can't.
I can't top that.
Rice Krispies. Cocoa Krispies.
Oops, all berries.
What the hell?
It's the greatest thing we've ever heard.
That's why he works for you.
Honeycomb. Honeycomb.
Yeah, I don't even know, man. Count Chocula. I'm gonna say Count Chocula.
Count Chocula.
I'm good with it.
Yeah, that's good. That's strong.
Hey, look, it's my name.
Hey, you got me excited. You brought one of our
Did
food
he?
debates.
All this dreaming of hogs.
Yeah, I had a lot of hogs. No, I wanted to know top 4 fries.
I'll tell you who I like the best.
You can only have 4 fries, so you can. That's it.
Okay.
You don't even have to rank them if you don't want.
I think I'm going to go with 5 Guys
Okay.
to be my favorite.
Yeah. Are we talking about fries or just
Yeah.
talking about
fries.
Dream Hogs?
Oh,
Oh.
no. I
Oh.
love the idea of 5 Guys in my dream with their hogs. So
Sir,
we're talking
feed me
about
fries.
we're talking
Feed me
about the
fries.
movie with Tim Allen.
Hang on.
He said-
Dream hog or a large order of Five Guys fries.
Oh.
5 Guys fries. 110%. Yeah, in the whole bag because you order like a small and they give you enough for
a family.
a country. Yeah,
Yeah.
So some countries.
All right, so we got 5 guys.
Yeah, man, fries are hard because I don't. You know what I don't do? Even though I eat a lot of fast food, I don't eat a lot of the fries.
Me neither.
Yeah, you fit right in with us.
I got 2 sandwiches. I ain't eating.
Yeah. And so, but look, I always love a good Chick-fil-A waffle fry. That's a
there it
good
is.
one.
Underrated.
Yeah,
Yeah, see, I'm not a
Chick-fil-A.
fan.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, you're stupid.
Oops, all berries.
Double J, Jeff Jarrett, here with a few of my pals to tell you about the total nonstop savings happening over at SaveWithConrad.com.
My name is Chance Ellis, and I'm a top guy from Chalmette, Louisiana. Well, after months, actually years at the time of listening to the podcast, I guess I heard the marketing efforts, and I decided to pick up the phone and give them a call and see if they can help me. I wanted to see if I can lower my term and payments. I got to work with Mr. Larry. It was very, very convenient. He was always there to answer my calls. He would work with me via text, email, just kind of at my own convenience. So it was actually really nice. I got to keep my monthly payment just about the same. However, we cut down 10 years on the life of the whole mortgage, and I believe it was right around $200,000. So I saved a whole lot. So I'm top guy Chance Ellis. I've saved 10 years off the life of my mortgage and about $200,000 thanks to SaveWithConrad.com.
In my world, it doesn't get any better than 5 stars. Find out how much money Conrad and his team can save you by strutting over to SaveWithConrad.com. So right now, strut on over to SaveWithConrad.com.
NMLS number 65084, equal housing lender. Woo!
Well, you eat doo-doo. No, I don't know. I probably can't name 5, to be quite honest.
McDonald's?
McDonald's is in there, but sometimes they ain't on point either.
You got to get them hot.
Yeah, they got to be piping.
Arby's? You like the curly fry gimmicks?
Oh, yeah, I do like Arby's.
What
Arby's,
about
I'll tell you what Arby's has now is like fish sticks. You
Well, I
fish
didn't see
sticks?
that coming.
So it's a little thicker, like it's not a fish
Not a
fillet
Gordon.
per se, but it's a thick like a double fish stick. It's about that size, if you can imagine that going into your.
You talking about your Dream Hog, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, about two
A double
fish sticks.
fish.
Because right now I'm at a
Length or width, or both? This is a Pequod.
Neither. This is a Pequod.
That's a Giordano's. You got to start watching
Hey,
the
it's
YouTube
Giordano's.
extras.
a
Pequod
Pequod.
is equal to 4 fish.
Yes, exactly. Dream Hog is, but they got that, and they serve it like a little basket. So you get like a little basket of fish and chips.
I didn't see you as not a fry guy at all. Because you're not not even.
I
I don't
ketchup.
eat a lot of fries.
We know
We
about
do.
ketchup and me. I love
He
ketchup.
loves ketchup.
Like my wife has to buy ketchup in bulk because I love.
That's why you like
ketchup.
those Waffle House fries. I mean, not Waffle House, but the waffle
Yes,
fries from.
They get a lot of ketchup.
They'll
the
hold
surface
you.
area is good.
They'll hold you some
You a
ketchup.
tots guy?
I like tots. I don't know. I ain't crazy about them. I like it when they put like a pulled pork and cheese and.
Now you know this guy doesn't like mayonnaise at all.
No,
Oh,
I don't.
I like mayonnaise.
But if you look at him, you go, "My man likes mayonnaise."
Yeah, of course.
Look at us.
But that's stereotypical.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Look at us.
Yeah.
And you go,
I
"They
don't
like
eat, I don't
mayonnaise."
eat fries. Look, but I will dip a fry in some mayonnaise. I can tell you that much right
man,
now.
Will
that's-
you?
that's
Oh
disgusting.
yeah.
That's really bad.
But I wouldn't do it with like a what's that other kind? Miracle Whip.
That's totally different. But
Yeah, that's no.
What's
bueno.
that Bama mayonnaise? You like that?
I haven't tried it. Is it Duke's?
Oh, that's the
well,
one.
Duke's is a
Yeah.
good one.
Oh,
Duke's is a
I
famous
don't
one.
know. I don't know. We just
You just get
Hellmans.
mayonnaise.
We're just white Christians. You know what I mean?
My wife doesn't do it at all.
We don't go outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She doesn't do mayonnaise either.
No.
No. Well,
Oh, wow.
she doesn't eat anything that
Has taste.
anything. Like we took her to a great restaurant down here the night before she left, and she got like plain tilapia, nothing on it, no seasoning.
Yeah.
Plain potato, half of it,
But
no
that's
seasoning.
I
That's what
get
she got to
it.
do.
Yeah.
But
You have to
meanwhile,
eat
me and
like
Dad
that.
are like, we want the fried oysters.
Man,
and,
I want the fried seafood platter.
yes.
And-
Oh, if it says we're on a
and-
platter, I'm ordering.
Yeah. And I don't want the fried oysters. I want to double up on like the scallops or the shrimp
Oh,
or
okay.
something. And they go, oh, no substitutions. And I go, listen,
Tell them it's
let
the
me
Road
talk
Dogg.
to you for a second. Is your manager in here?
Oh, you didn't know? I'm a WB Hall of Famer.
I'm gonna be quite honest. I've never done that in my entire life.
Oh, we're gonna do it
But I
today
would
at
just
lunch.
go, please substitute them. I'll give you a big tip. Like I don't know what.
And they get substituted.
Yes, and then they get a big tip too.
I got my
And-
first locals discount this morning.
Oh,
He's felt so good.
Do you
all
have
day.
it on your driver's license?
No.
No, but they've just seen me in. It's a breakfast
Oh,
spot.
oh,
They've seen me in there before.
And he told me, he's like, hey,
What
get
was
the
the
bacon.
name of the
that's good.
place that y'all ate breakfast at?
Perdido Breakfast Club.
Perdido Breakfast
It's
Club.
fantastic.
PBC.
Here's what I had: biscuits with gravy. On top of it, they put bacon and eggs on top of the biscuit and gravy.
And then potatoes on the side.
Potatoes on the side, and I got a side order of Kaneka sausage.
Can I ask you a question? Did you put the potatoes on the other plate?
No, well, that was on the same plate. They like put
Oh,
it
they were
around
just-
it.
Okay.
I was dragging it through the gravy though.
Yeah, the saucy sheriff. I get that. I stole that from
This place
Eli
had a band
Manning.
playing at 8 in the morning.
No way.
Yeah. And that beach. And that beach.
Hey,
in the
this
morning.
place is so beautiful, man. Driving out here, I did not think I was going to get robbed. I thought I was going to have to rob somebody to get to buy my crack. But turns out I didn't. Conrad had plenty.
Of
So
course I do. I'm a good host. What can I say? I'm a good host.
I know what you like. We got Starries.
Dog's
we got
coming
crack.
over. Dog's coming.
Hey,
We need Giordano's and crack, please.
for everyone, Orange Whip. Orange Whip. Jiminy Christmas. Hey, but I could do this. So when do you think, because I know this works just like wrestling, when do you think Casio and I are going to get a big push under the Conrad umbrella?
I think
You know
as
what
soon as you get fired.
Oh.
That'll be it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you take a look at something to wrestle with when Bruce wasn't in the tent,
Yeah.
now he is
Yeah,
in the tent.
there's
There's
an
a
obvious,
difference.
there's an obvious
a
difference noticeable.
Yes.
I get that. I would feel a little
But-
freer.
But we also understand why.
Yeah.
No, we get it.
Yeah.
We understand. And by the way, I'm having a good time and laughing my balls off today. So.
Yeah.
I hear that a lot, and that's music to my ears. I just laugh at you guys. The one at Top Guy Weekend, the one lawyer who came up to me, and I forget his name.
Dawkins.
No.
No.
It was a
not at all.
guy.
Not a lawyer I actually owe money to.
Oh, I got
I'm talking about.
Well, that is Dawkins. We all do that.
That's him. Who was it? Did you know the guy? Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't remember.
So he came up and he goes, man, I'm a lawyer and I work all week. And on my drive home, I just put y'all on and I just forget about everything and laugh for an hour.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
what else can you
I've never heard better report in
Which
my
is
life.
also why we do it.
Yeah,
exactly. No matter what's going on, we sit down, laugh, and go, "Well, that was fun." And I don't care what happened.
Yeah, I don't even know if we talked about anything of useful content or of consequence. But man, we came on here, we had a good time. But I also hear, I learned a little something about, it was an interesting conversation. So I think you get the best of pretty good of some worlds and the best of others. I think it's an entertaining watch. And I agree with you. If I weren't employed by them, you know what I mean? I think we could probably do a little better. But
but we like you employed, though.
I love me employed,
You're
to be
right.
quite honest with you.
As a rule of thumb, I want everyone I know to make as much money as they can.
Amen. And you told me, you know what? You told me that the first day we sat down in Cracker Barrel in Crestview, Florida.
Really?
So I think I was driving to Orlando to do something that was still with NXT.
To clean out your
place. To clean out my apartment. I wasn't still with NXT. I had just been set free. So I was going down to clean out the apartment, and Conrad and I met and had breakfast. And so I was sitting in one of the rocking chairs and I saw like a Bentley pull up, and I just thought, that's got to be him. You know what I mean? Like no other Bentley's pulling up in this Crestview, Florida.
And it
was. He got out in some Zubaz and Crocs. And I was like, yes.
Yeah.
That's my guy right there.
I've been in pandemic wear since March of 2020.
Yeah, just like when the first time I ever saw Dean Ambrose laying on the ground backstage and people kicking the crap out of him. And they stopped and he said, "Is that all you got?" That's my guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, then they beat the crap out of him some more. But the fact that he had the balls to do that, you walking out of there and out of a Bentley with his Zubaz and Crocs, and I'm just like, I friggin' in love with this guy already. You know what I mean? Like we are cut from the same cloth, and we are brethren. We don't even know each other.
You called Dog?
No, I don't know. I don't know how that works.
It was weird because at that time, all of a sudden, a lot of long-term what people thought lifers were let go, like Regal and Mr. Road Dogg.
Yep.
And so through Tony Schiavone, I got a call from Mr. Regal, and I thought, man, that's awesome. But I bet Jeff knows Dogg. Hey, man, what do you think? And so before I knew it, we were on a group text, and I had Silva whip up a graphic real fast and send it over and said, hey, what do you think? This is what we could call it. And we've already got some of the domains and social handles if you're into it. And if you're not, we'll just assign them to you.
Dog, did you think it was wild, or were you immediately like, okay, I'm in? Like you said, this is my dude.
I wanted to be in right away. And I feel like I was, and I have been, and I still am. Like to me, it's a thing I think in my head, and whether this is true or not, it's up to you guys to decide, I guess. Anybody other than me, I think I'm pretty good at talking.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Very
I
good.
find myself witty at times.
Yes.
I can carry a tune every now and then. I can, you know what I mean? There are things I can do and I want to do more of, and yapping is one of them. You know what I mean? I would love, before I get too old to do it, to do commentary. I'd love to do the, the opening of a pay-per-view, the pre-show or whatever they're calling it now. You know what I mean? As a Booker T, as a whatever. Like I would love to do that because I think I'm good at it, and that would be a challenge to let me know if I was or not. You know what I mean? And so I think it was, I don't know. I just love to do that. This is a way to kind of see how things are done from that point of view. So this, I don't know, this may help me be a commentator one day. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, but now I'm at the point where, and we've talked about this several times, I just have a great time doing it. I really have a great time every time we get together. We laugh for however long we're together, and then we literally go click back to life, back to work, back to whatever.
It's our fun escape.
Yeah, it's totally an escape for me. And if you learn something about me that's cool or whatever, that's cool. But I just want you to have a good time, and maybe learn something about wrestling. Because truth be told, and this sounds arrogant, and I hate me for saying it, but I got a pretty good knowledge of it. You know what I mean? And it's kind of at a different level. And so you might learn something, or you might hear something that you won't hear on other you know what I mean? Just because every take is its own, right? Every perspective is its own. So you might hear something that I'm talking about from a production standpoint that is, oh, well, that's cool. I saw that. I remember that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. You might hear stuff here that you never heard before, and you might hear stuff repetitively. And it's because probably have CTE.
Content creation is going to stay around forever.
Yeah.
So
and only get more widespread. Really,
yes. And
like
it'll just continue to evolve. And like you take a look at the WWE's overall business right now, and there's a gaping hole. There's not a real podcast network.
Yeah.
Like that's going to become a thing, and you're going to be one of those guys. And as the digital universe continues to change, I don't know why you wouldn't be one of those talking heads, like a Jerry Lawler.
Well, and I would love to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That to me is where my future lies. Now, look, don't get me wrong. My creative live events right now, what I'm doing is such a great gift that has been given to me.
Up 25% since you took over.
Okay. Thank you. But I will not say you're welcome. I will say the 3 T's, man: time, talent, and team. Time, talent, and team. It's got to be the time. The time has to be right.
Yeah.
And the team or the talent has something to do with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're the ones pulling it off. They're the ones that are making it catchy again and shiny again. And like, oh, have you heard about this show?
Yeah.
So they're talking. So they're talking about it. I forgot what the topic was, but I was rolling
about how you're really enjoying live events now. But
yes, I love that. It has given me balance in my life for the first time in my life. Even with sobriety, at a year in my sobriety, I was producing for WWE, and a year after that, I was on the writing team and married to the industry. So I white knuckled sobriety for a lot of years in my early sobriety. So now I've had time to breathe and to get to know my wife again and to get to know my children for the first time, honestly. So it's just a real balance that I've found with this gig. And this gig ain't hard because, like I said, the talent and the team that is put together, the team is, of course, the last T. It's the team, and it's me, the creative guy, and Hunter, the creator of content. And the talent has to be there, too, to pull off the show you write. You know what I mean? So if it takes a village, it takes a village. You know what I mean? And that's all there is to it. No one person can say, you're welcome for this. You know what I mean? That's just not realistic. But I would love to eventually get into some kind of commentary. And I know I'm big and tall and fat and awkward, and it looks funny if you do a stand up with a
that doesn't matter for podcasts.
It
doesn't matter for sitting behind the desk on the
I was made for radio. So
we're gonna adjust the heights of chairs behind the
Tony
desk.
Schiavone knows it well.
Yeah. So look, I hope that's in my future, but if it's not, I'm getting a chance to do it right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Talking to you guys. And I didn't know what this was all about. I knew when I first started that everybody was just like, just keep trucking. And everybody who had been in it for a minute just said, just keep trucking, just keep trucking. And we hit a year and it started, I felt like we started trucking a little bit, you know what I mean? And I was like, okay, now there's incentive to keep trucking. And I talked to my wife about it because as you know, with the dream hog or money thing, every decision is truly hers. and so she said, I forgot what we were talking about again.
About podcasting. And I wanted to mention
she
too.
Said,
Hey, you're trucking.
She said, you're going to be good. Yeah, we started making the money. I talked to her. I said, you want to do that? And she was like, yeah, let's do it for another year. So we're in.
Well, I think in hindsight, if we had to do over again, we wouldn't have known that you guys being sort of outside the tent was short term.
Yeah.
So I know when he was called away and he couldn't do it anymore, it was like, okay, now what do we do? And my first instinct was, well, we got together. We all just had fun. Y'all's personality would click. But I think a lot of people listened to the first iteration of the show when you were getting comfortable and the show was figuring out. And now there's a whole new dynamic. It's a whole new show.
Yeah.
So really, we just got to have people try it the second time. Like in my head, when they hear this, they're like, this is the funniest wrestling podcast there is.
Yeah. And in all honesty, I think you're being truthful about that.
Yeah.
I'm not being egotistical or arrogant about that.
Show.
Like, I just think there's not a funnier wrestling show out there.
But that isn't the way it started. But that is the way it is now.
We talk about it all the time. No offense to our buddy Ryan Katz.
Right.
Yes.
Success for him and a continued success.
Yep.
We're just me and him's different.
It's a different
day.
Yeah, two different
And if
people.
you put somebody else in here, if you put Conrad in here,
it'd be
it's a different vibe.
But that's because of you, honestly. And the
Yeah,
reason it is
100%.
because, you know, Ryan and Brian were wrestling insiders.
Yeah.
They're going to be able to get in the nitty gritty on hardcore nerd wrestling stuff that respectfully you wouldn't know.
No.
But you know how to make people laugh.
I just
And
want to
that's
make
what
Dog
he-
laugh,
man.
and it's a successful show if I do.
But I also know
Man.
there's two dogs. There's the dog who, okay, this is my job and I'm going to do it to the best of my abilities. And then there's the other, hey, man, let's just have fun. And I know which one is more fun and entertaining. And this is like, this will get him out of very business-like. Well, that's not exactly the way I remember it.
Yeah.
It's less of a deposition and more of a, hey, man, I don't want the hog. Give me the money.
Yeah, it's really, I don't know. This is as close to me as you're going to get. You know what I mean? Like if you rode home with me, this is the same guy you're going to get. And, and I really am comfortable, and you make me comfortable. And so I wanted to propose to you right here.
I'm going to say, do we all get naked now, or
No,
do we wait?
Will you take
Is that for the pool?
pants off?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. They're off. That's why we get the lower third
my
on.
bad. Lower third.
All right, we got to get our regular segments before we get out of here.
Oh, okay. What is that?
This has been fantastic.
Man,
First
it has
of all,
been so fun.
First of all, check us out, boxofgimmicks.com. We got new merch for the first time.
No way.
In a little bit, what do we got? Boxofgimmicks.com.
I'll tumble for ya.
We got our first tumblers, Conrad.
For ya.
How good does that look?
For ya. I'll tumble for you. I'm a freaky widow and I buy. Oh, you didn't know who tumblers. Think I'm tumblers. It doesn't matter. We can stop now.
And don't forget, we've got the 250 or the hog and Oops All Berries shirts.
Oh,
that should be live by the time
Oops
people
All
hear this.
Berries. Oops All Berries is good.
All right, so we got that. We also got our segment Top Dog. Where before, the Mountain Critters t-shirt.
Oh, dude, that's a cool shirt.
Mountain Critters with our
that's the
faces.
Mountain Critters, Gator and Tater.
We had a review where a gentleman called me a mountain critter. I said I look like a mountain critter. And I said, well, it's the best compliment I've ever got in my life.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
And so we're the Mountain Critter, Skater, and Tater.
Yeah.
Dude, I think you should use that mountain critter nomenclature. Look at that shot there.
Look there. Look at the biscuits.
Oh, the beach towel,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Wait, are those Scott's biscuits?
So those are biscuits. A lot of people,
Scott's
say cake by the ocean.
We do biscuits in the sand.
We do biscuits
Did they
in my hand.
Did they Photoshop you a dream hog in that photo? What are we looking at?
That's a bulge.
No, there's no dreaming going on there.
What is that? Did you poop your pants?
I think that's just
You
bad.
said something.
It's just bad cutting out.
It's a bad
It's just
Photoshop.
bad Photoshop.
That's a hog.
Dude, what's going on there?
I'm
What
not
is
sure.
that?
This
I'm
might
not
be
sure.
Efren's new favorite
I'm
show.
actually getting excited.
Dude, that shot right there. Did
All right,
you
That's
sell
some
that
old,
as a
that's some
poster?
Jesse James Armstrong stuff right there.
Did you sell that as a poster or an 8x10?
No, I don't think I could afford
Was it
8
a
by 10s.
magazine?
It was probably 3x5s in right after I came back from Germany.
Hey, tell me some gimmick table stories. Listen, did you ever go to an indie show when you were a kid? Like a small, not a WWF, WCW, but like an indie show?
No, we didn't. We didn't have many there when
Well,
I
you
was.
know how back in the day, and I guess some comics still do it, but back in the day, every comic had up a little table. by
Oh,
the
sure,
exit to
yeah,
sell
that's
the
what you had
merch
to
and
do.
stuff.
Yeah.
Well, the
You
wrestlers,
You make more there than the show.
Yes.
So the wrestlers did that too, and they maybe figured it out first.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you got some fun
Same
gimmick table.
stuff happened. I mean, not any that I remember, to be quite honest with you, but like I remember going up on top of Louisville Garden and posing for pictures that were there to take that I could go and make copies of so that I could come back and sell them. And like, I don't know, it was just early on and it teaches you, I guess, about marketing and stuff like that.
Entrepreneurship.
We talked about that earlier, but I guess you do learn kind of along the way about marketing yourself. And I guess I thought I was a good looking dude then or something. I felt comfortable putting that picture out there. I can tell you that.
And you were
much.
smuggling biscuits, it looked like, son.
Yeah, I was.
That was a lot of berries.
Well, it's berries.
Oops, all berries.
Oops, all berries.
All right, so we also got to get our regular standing segment, Top Dog.
Oh,
That's
Dog.
You know, you remember early on, Dog made headlines because he said he was a better sports entertainer than Bret Hart.
Right.
And so we've started, of course, the Top Dog, where we give 3 different names to Dog. He's got to tell us, is he a better sports entertainer than that person?
Okay.
Dog does not know the names. Nobody knows the names except me and the producer. Are you ready, Dog?
I have been almost born ready.
Dog, are you a better sports entertainer than Conrad Thompson? Oh. The Dudley boys. That's our buddy Dre from the Boot in Huntsville.
Okay.
That's a pretty good Dudley boys.
That's a very good Dudley boys. No, I'm better than Conrad. I'm sorry, Conrad.
Better sports entertainer.
Better sports entertainer.
As a Hall of Famer, I mean, I'm in and you're not.
Yeah.
But I would still agree.
I did not see that coming. Water. This is where I go, water.
Oh my God.
Well, you're in the WWE Hall of Fame multiple times.
He's in the one that's on
just
TV.
once.
That people have heard
Just
about.
once, and I think they just needed somebody to DX to draw.
All right. Are you a better sports entertainer than Bruce Pritchard?
Oh.
Now, this isn't Brother Love.
It's not Brother Love.
It's Bruce Pritchard.
Oh, yeah. Well, even if it was Brother Love, I think wrestling has to be a part of it because I'm not calling it a wrestler, but I am saying
part of the
sports
sports
entertainment. Yeah, so I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
I've never seen Bruce
Do
tackle,
anything.
drop down, hip toss. You know what I mean?
He didn't get nothing again. But seconds.
That's inside, so inside that I don't know about it, but
you know what it meant.
Oh, no.
Okay.
What
Dude, every time I've heard somebody say that in the South, it's tackle, drop down, get it again.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right.
So it was like when you said it, I was like,
I thought it was something inside that he didn't actually get again.
I was like, he never got nothing again except seconds, I guess.
But yeah.
Top Dog, are you a better sports entertainer than Eric Bischoff?
Oh, yes.
Oh, that
No
was quick.
hesitation on
That
that
was quick. That was the quickest one.
Now.
Let
me just defend my boy Eazy-E.
Okay.
He beat Ric Flair at Starrcade. He beat Terry Funk for the hardcore title. I'm just saying.
He's decent on the mic.
Did you beat Ric Flair at Starrcade?
Oh.
Did you beat Terry Funk for the hardcore title?
Here we go.
Those are all factual statements that you stated. But he made me mad when he tried to work and stuff like in a judo. Like it was just offensive to me.
You would have preferred he just did the doggy style.
If he would have humped a guy,
that's more on brand.
My man.
See, everybody's a hypocrite.
Yeah.
And that's just, no, I totally am saying, I agree with you. I'd rather him hump the guy from behind and then hit a pump handle slam because that's entertaining to me. The other thing was offensive to me as a wrestler. Does that make sense?
How do you mean? He didn't know how to wrestle.
Right. And so it's same thing with Vince McMahon. Look, he wasn't any good at it. Like I know you went out there and did it and you put your heart into it and you tried your hardest and he did the same thing. You know what I mean?
Tour squads, the whole
But it's just like, oh, come on, man, don't. You know what I mean? Like for a person who, I don't know. Maybe,
I see what you mean. You weren't saying you were offended by him introducing judo into it necessarily, like it was a superior art. You meant in terms of, hey, you're not a wrestler, but one of the boys back there. I get it. You're taking up a spot.
That's kind of how I felt.
I get it.
And I felt the same way with Vince, but yet how do you argue with that when he was the best
heel
ever in the business? So how do you say like, oh, that's it's strictly from a wrestling, it's a small-minded perspective, to be quite honest with you. I feel the same way sometimes when some of our production people say stuff about, and I'll go, hey, show me a replay of that. And they'll go, oh, he missed him by a mile. And that'll piss me off because I'm thinking, well, you ain't never drop kicked a dude.
Yeah.
Have I cussed on this show already?
No, I have.
Okay, it's okay. I just started, I'm so at home right now talking to you guys that I totally forgot.
No, I don't think you've cussed.
Okay, I don't know.
Yeah,
if I have, whatever. But it offends me because, that's a personal thing with me. I'm talking it out in front of you guys right now and literally learning something about myself. Not everybody feels that way. Not every wrestler feels that way because I've said it to other wrestlers and they looked at me like y'all are looking at me. Like,
no. I appreciate exactly what you're saying. Like in business, sometimes people who don't own their own business, haven't started their own, I don't mean this ugly. I'm just saying they've never been an entrepreneur. They'll sit down and just like, here's what you should do.
Yeah. And you go,
and it's just like,
you ain't done it.
So
I'm not going to listen to my counselor in drug addict places if he ain't never took no drugs. You know what I mean? Or she ever. I want somebody who learned from the school of hard knocks.
Who's fought through
because I think those people have the scars that they wear now as rewards. And I want to see that. And then I want to emulate what they do. You know what I mean? I want to stick with the winner.
Yeah, I mean,
sorry,
said differently what you're trying.
Mayor just texted me.
Oh, yeah. Well,
the mayor.
We don't want you to get in trouble.
No, I meant my wife and my grandkid escaped
No,
from
I knew what mayor meant.
It was the hog.
I call mine warden. Same thing.
She said, "Don't take the hog."
Yes.
That's all she said.
Yes.
And I'm like, did Dom tell you?
Dom is sending me early footage. Don't take the hog. All right, and our last segment, we do not take it for granted, but it is our last segment that we do right before we wrap up. First of all, follow us online. You Didn't Know Pod, at the Casio Kid, at Hey It's Conrad, at Brian R.D. James. Like, subscribe wherever you are. Leave a 5-star rating. You might be our 5-star rating of the week next time. Leave a comment below. How about that?
Whoa, what?
What can we do? What can we tell them to comment for?
Comment below.
Something about Conrad. Just say, hey, if you've made it this far in the podcast.
Yeah, please.
But comment before. Let us know what you think, what you like about this. Thank Conrad.
Yes, thank you,
for
Conrad,
creating this empire that we are.
For not only creating the empire, but for allowing me to sit in it and to record with you in your house here. Like it's just.
So we do have to go. Your visitor's pass from the guard shack is about to run out.
Hey, for our maiden voyage,
they will tase you.
our little maiden voyage in the new studio, that was pretty good.
This is the first time.
Good.
This is the first time you've had even 2 people, right?
This is the first time anybody other than me has recorded it.
So you ought to see the place I record in and then come to this place and see how it's done. So I think this is very good. Like
it'll get better. I mean, we don't have it all the way decorated.
We're dialing it in.
Yeah.
All right. So here's what we got. Before we end every show, we have the thankful minute. And that's where Dogg usually, we put 60 seconds on the clock. There's so much negativity in wrestling in the podcast space. We want to spread positivity. And so we put 60 seconds on the clock, and Dogg usually tells us anything in his life he is thankful for. But when we have a guest, we pass those reins over to you. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Conrad. 60 seconds will go on the clock, Dom. If you're ready, put those on. And Conrad Thompson, anything you're thankful for?
Well, I'm thankful to have friends like you guys. I'm thankful to have an opportunity to talk about wrestling and somehow get paid to do it and have a lot of laughs and have a lot of fun. I'm thankful that my wife has allowed me to stay down here unsupervised for multiple days, and I can go around the corner and eat a lunch that she would never, ever approve in just a few minutes. And I'm thankful that I have a wife and 2 dogs at home who will still be happy to see me. You know, that's not always the case. So thankful to have that. And I'm thankful that eventually these ridiculously high mortgage rates will go down and I'll actually start to be able to make some money again. And I'm thankful that AEW is letting me do StarCast. And I'm thankful that I got a text that one of these guys has been stressing me out, has finally agreed to take a deal and give me the extra hour that I needed to break even on his signing. And
that's legit. That's deep and legit.
I'm very thankful
yes.
for a lot of things. And you're right at the top of the list today, Mr. James. Thank you for all the time.
Man, awesome. Thank you, Conrad, brother. This has been fun, man. Thanks for letting us invade your abode.
Yes,
and
thank you so much.
We've christened this now. I farted a lot during the show. I don't know if y'all can tell.
I peed right over there.
I saw that. That was weird.
The bathroom's right there.
I know.
You should. That's a closet.
He didn't want to get out of the shot. It kept zooming in on him.
I just went in to take a wee. It turned into a poo.
Oh, you didn't know?
What that's called? A woo.
Oh, that's called a oops on berries. All berries, not only berries. Oh, what if we make a site called Only Berries?
Only Berries. Where it's just
your feet and your sack.
I love it, dude. That could get over.
Foo Sackles.
Only sacks.
Somebody.
Wasn't that a rapper?
No, I think it's a restaurant.
Foo
Schnickens.
Oh, okay.
Foo Schnickens is what I'm going to order at lunch.
Is that legal here?
It's just 2 chickens with gravy.
I'll take the Foo Schnickens. All right, everybody. For myself, for our guest, Mr. Conrad Thompson, for Mr. Road Dogg, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with us. Like, subscribe, leave a rating, leave a comment. Let us know what you thought. And if you didn't enjoy this episode, we got 2 words for you.
Suck it.